morning, everyone. Everyone is home and safe, I hope. And I'd like to thank all of you for taking a precious time to be here with us. And seriously, this is the best part about my career and our colleague together. We really love the Thermomix, and with this, because of Thermomix, we could gather in our comfort of our home together and have a wonderful, fun activity. And it's all because of Thermomix, and that's really, really wonderful and exciting. So I'd like to share a little bit about our background because I understand some are very new, and you're here to find answers to your daily kitchen helping needs, and I hope you get the answers today. So it's your first Thermomix cooking journey, and now we really, I think we can all agree with each other that cooking at home is very important. And why? Because there are various reasons, and one of these could be your reasons: money saving. Yeah, you could grab food every day, but you don't want to have Grab as your best friend, right? So if possible, of course, make your quality home cooked meal at home, and you could really save a lot in that sense. And reliably easy recipes. We have tons and tons of recipe for you to cook at home. And because of Thermomix, it makes it very simple, makes it ever possible for you at home. Healthy eating, we're talking about now, especially now, hygiene, number one. Number two, we want to boost up our immunity. And what's the best thing? Of course, is to have quality meals with compact nutrients for ourselves and our loved ones, yeah? And then leaving all the no stuff outside, no stuff like the MSGs, the preservatives, the artificial this, artificial that, yeah. But because we cook at home, we can very well have quality meals at home. And then creativity is important, especially in every family, right? Thinking about what to eat every day, what to cook every day can be a challenge. And I want to share this wonderful news with you that in Thermomix, we have now 67,000 tested recipes for you to explore. And it's going to be a lifetime of wonderful cooking explorations for you. And time saving, of course, yes, with Thermomix, you save a lot of time in the kitchen, thereby giving you quality time with your family and bonding time, get together time, yeah, with your family and loved ones. Okay, a bit about our company background. Who are we? We are 100% German company, German product. And the company is called Forward. Forward has been around for 130 years, presence in 80 over countries all over the world. And I want to share this piece with you. It's very important because when you invest in a kitchen appliance and you're going to be relying on it, you want to ensure that the back-end support is strong enough to support you, right? And it's not just for 1 year, 2 years, but for a lifetime of cooking. And I want to assure you we will be there for you together. And then over the years, we have also won a number of international award recognitions, okay? And up to today, since 1960, the first Thermomix was invented until now, we are still the best all-in-one kitchen machine. And every 23 seconds, I would proudly say, a new home starts to
Tm6.
Thermomix.
Okay, I'm going
to see if, let's see. And my team members, can you help me look out for participants who've forgotten to mute themselves? Okay, so discovering a little bit about the Thermomix, just allow me to go through some of the accessories, the main accessories that comes with it. The top, it is the Baroma, which acts as a steamer. Then later you see, Thermomix puts steam as well, and it's also your steamer. And then there is a splash guard because we can do high temperature cooking, like light frying, and then you could even do caramelizing. You can even do crispy onions, So the splash guard is very useful to prevent oil from splattering out, and everything is kept inside, keeping your kitchen clean. And then there's the MC cup that closes the lid, the cover. And within the bowl, you can actually have the simmering basket that is very useful to cook your rice, to also steam small amount of food. And then, of course, there is this wonderful stainless steel TM bowl the bowl which you would be using a lot to blend inside to cook. Okay, inside a lot of happening will be happening in this bowl. And within the bowl, there is this wonderful blade. All right, you can see that the blade has 4 sides. And the thing is that the blade itself is not sharp. Okay, it's not very sharp. The efficiency comes from the technology. In the Thermomix, we call it the frictionless motor, and because of frictionless technology, you can continue to blend and blend without worrying about the motor getting overheated or getting burned. Okay, so you could actually go for very fine blending because of the motor. The motor goes up to 10,700 rotation per minute. If I can relate to you in the speed of your car driving, it is equivalent to 250 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine driving at that speed? And this is how fast your Thermomix is going to be working for you in your kitchen. Okay, and a lot of people, of course, they're attracted to the wonderful touchscreen. All right, which I have it here, the touchscreen. And it makes it very easy for anyone, young and old, to learn how to use the Thermomix, because you're also used to handphone and our tablet and all those and whatnot. Okay, so the touchscreen comes in very, very handy. All right, so we have 3 options for you to own your Thermomix. The first is, of course, the full payment 7188. We do have a 200 ringgit voucher still running now. So make sure you grab on your Thermomix while the voucher is still running, 200 ringgit, bringing the price to 6988 only. And then we also have financing installment plan, which are interest-free up to 24 months. So 24 months, you can actually own the Thermomix for only 9 ringgit a day. Isn't that wonderful? So the third option comes in where you can actually join us and earn it for free. When you start to use the Thermomix, like myself and a lot of friends out there, you realize that, hey, one is great, but if you can have a second one, isn't it better? And I can assure you, you can also go for a second unit. Instead of purchasing it, you can join us as a partner and earn it as a demo unit for free. So if you're keen to explore Thermomix on your second unit, talk to your advisors who invited you here today, okay? They'll be more than happy to share with you how you can earn your free Thermomix. All right, what Thermomix does it all? What does that mean? Okay, I like to bring you to the analogy as the same analogy as using a smartphone. So Thermomix is essentially your smart kitchen. So it's all in one. Before Thermomix was invented, it was like before the smartphone was invented. You had to carry a camera, you had to carry your calculator. If you want to listen to music, it was iPod. Before iPod, it was your Discman, your Walkman, right? A lot of things in your handbag. If you want to write something, it will be a notebook, right? So now everything, where are they? We had all those, right? But we did away with all those because we have improved our lifestyle, progressing to something more efficient, which is the smartphone. So the same it is for Thermomix. Before Thermomix was invented, like myself, I used to have multiple blenders, one for chili, another one for smoothie, right? And then I also had a steamer because then I don't need to watch the fire. I could steam with just setting on the timer and all. And I also had something called a cake mixer because if you want to make cake, you would invest in the cake mixer and also a weighing machine. And at the same time, you will also look into bread making. And then what do? Invest in a bread maker, right? So when I was naming, as I was sharing, I was already sharing 6, 7 different appliances. Can you imagine having all those on your kitchen top now? It will be very cluttered. It will be very messy. You can't afford to have them all on the kitchen top, right? Now, because why? They are single function appliances where you don't use them every single day. So when they are not being used, we would then put them away. After a while, they would become quite elegant because doing one thing will have you to deal with a lot of mess, a lot of cleaning. Now with Thermomix, it is very different. It is one appliance for all, just like your smartphone. So you will never have a chance to keep your Thermomix. Like morning, you can make your half-boiled egg or hard-boiled egg with your Thermomix. Come afternoon, if you want to cook your rice, you want to cook your curry, it is your blender, it is your wok. And then tea time, it is your cake mixer, it is your weighing machine. Yeah, and then dinner time, it is also serving your dinner dishes. So it's all in one. You never get to keep. And the best part is after doing all the cooking, you only clean one appliance. And the best, really, what I really love is still a clean kitchen at the end of the day. Okay. All right. So perfect kitchen partner for anyone, whether you're cooking for one person, it is really great, right? And then if you're starting a new home, it is the best thing. You don't need to look at any other appliances, just invest in one and it lasts for a lifetime. Beyond that, when you have babies, it becomes baby food processor. When children grows up, your cookies, your cakes, your ice cream, all can be made from the Thermomix. For those who are in their golden years, it is the best. You eat healthily and you can still afford to cook easily at home without being, tired handling all the kitchen mess. Okay, so it is wonderful for all walks of life, right? Fast, fresh, and something simple every day. I want to bring you now into action to look into some recipes that we are going to illustrate live for you. And today I'm going to do something very interesting, which is the lemongrass drink. And I'm going to add blue pea flower because these are good drinks to have at home, high antioxidant drinks, where it will also boost your immune system. And it's really great for the family, and you can do it easily at home, really flavorful, because when you cook lemongrass at home, you actually have the whole house, right? Smells like lemongrass, okay? So here are the ingredients I've prepared, very simple ingredients. I have 1 liter of water, and then I have here some rock sugar. So do look for those healthy options. I'm using the organic cane sugar. So you could use this, or you could also use the traditional rock sugar, the small lump sugar. Try not to use the molasses for this recipe because you want the color. All right. So the blue pea flower, these are the dried ones. Oops. The dried ones that you can see here. Okay. And then I have pandan leaf. If you have pandan leaf at home, it's good to add because it gives it a very nice aroma. Okay. And then about 4 to 5 sticks of lemongrass. You only want the bottom white part. Okay. So you want to discard the top and just leave about 2 to 3 inches of the bottom part. Okay. So what do we do first? All right. When you look at the Thermomix screen, this is the home screen. All right. The home screen has 3 circles. All right. The first circle representing the time, the temperature, second circle, and then the speed. Okay. Now the first thing is I'm going to put the lemongrass in first. All right. So I have 4 pieces of lemongrass placed inside. I'm going to break them up. Lemongrass are quite hard, right? So if you try it with a lot of other blenders, after a while you tend to feel that your blender starts to get heated, right? But not for the moment. So I'm just going to set it to a short 6 seconds. Okay, we are not going to cook yet, so we will skip the center circle. We go straight to the third circle, which is the speed. And I don't want it very fine. I just want to break them up. So when I cook, there is flavor. I'm going to turn on the reverse. Reverse meaning the blade goes on the opposite direction. The blade has 2 sides, the blunt side and the sharp side. Okay, so I'm going to go the alternate. Okay, the ballet. Okay, the ballet. Okay, so now I'm going to turn to speed 6. Okay, just a minute. While it's done, I'm going to show you how it is inside. Okay, can you see? It's all been broken down. So it is broken down but not chopped because I've used the back side of the blade. So every blade has the sharp and the blunt. So it goes all opposite direction. So it hits it open. All right. So in this way, traditionally, you would be pounding. Now you don't need to pound. It just happens in the Thermomix video. And after that, what do? We just need to add the pandan leaves. And then together with the blue pea flower here, I have about 20 to 30 pieces, depending on how concentrated you want it to be in terms of the color, the intensity of the color. And then the rock sugar, I have about 80 grams here. And I'm going to add in some water. So as you see, I have ingredients inside. I could still weigh, I could still turn on the weighing scale anytime I need it. And now I'm only weighing in the water. the rest of the ingredients I have pre-weighed. Actually, you can also weigh it on the spot, yeah. But because of time, and then I wanted to save time during our demo, I've done it beforehand. So you can see the weighing scale now, capturing the weight of the water. And the best part about Tm6 is it goes in 1 gram increment. You can measure up to 1 gram accuracy. Really, really efficient and great for baking, right? You have bakers, any bakers out there who loves to make cookies, cakes, and breads and all? Yeah, Thermomix will help you tremendously, yeah, with all those work. So I have here about 1 liter. Okay, and all I need to do now is to cook, right? So to bring out all the flavor, I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes. Okay, so setting the time, 20 minutes. And now because I want to cook, right, I will turn on the temperature going from 0 to, I'm going to set it to 100 degrees for boiling, okay? And then turn the speed to reverse spoon because I don't want the blade to chop the blue pea flower. Okay, I still want them to be in nice big pieces. Later it's easier for me to strain. So there you go. This is how it works. So apart from making this wonderful drink in the morning, you can also use it to make smoothies, to make lemonade, to make calamansi, make all kinds of juices. All right, smoothie is also a great way to start your day. Very nutritious drink for the breakfast morning. And you could also go for like what I'm doing now, hot drinks or hot tea or coffee. Yeah, because you can grind coffee beans, and then you can also at the same time brew it to the temperature that is the best for brewing coffee. Okay, so grinding you can do with a lot of you can make your own flour like almond flour. You could also be grinding spices. What else? Herbs. I like to use it to grind herbs like Chinese herbs like balsam, and then your ginseng. Make sure you cut them into small pieces, and then you can grind it into powder. And it's so hygienic to do it at home compared to bringing it outside, right? And there's also things like my chicken stock, right? Chicken stock powder, ikan bilis powder. You can make your own stock powder easily. All right. So we will move on next. I'm going to pass on the screen to Sunita, and she's going to show you something very interesting. Chinese New Year is around the corner, so we will teach everyone here to make your Nian Gao, your very own Nian Gao for Chinese New Year. So I will pass the screen to Sunita now.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me well and clear.
Very well, yes.
Okay. So today I'm going to show you how to make Nian Gao. So you're probably wondering how an Indian is going to be making this, but with the Thermomix, anyone can make anything, right? So here I actually have already pre-boiled some brown sugar. Okay, so it's actually rock brown candy. So you can get these at the Chinese medical halls or even at the supermarkets. They come in blocks, in a packet of about 5 blocks. Cut them up into smaller pieces, weigh them. So it's just brown candy and gula melaka that has been cooked. So we use our turbo mode to crush the brown candy and the gula melaka for 2 seconds, 3 times, and then pour in the water and boil it for 7 minutes at 100 degrees. So the reason I have prepared it earlier is because that mixture, the syrup, needs to cool before you can continue with the rest of the recipe. All right. So here I have glutinous rice flour, which is pulut flour, which you can also buy. So I'm going to add that in. And I'm going to add in just a little bit of oil. All right. And we're going to mix this now for 1 minute on speed 5. Okay, so the Thermomix has a kneading function as well, which you can knead your dough for bread, etc. So you can make very nice breads. But this one, we're just using the normal mixing function. All right. I like to stop it at 30 seconds and just give it a little bit of a scrape down, because at speed 5, the mixture does tend to go up around the sides. So just give it a good scrape down. Get all the flour down, and then just continue. Right, so the kneading function, you can actually make your own pasta, you can make your pizza dough, you can even make your own fish ball, So I've tried making fish ball, and it's really delicious when you make it at home because there's no other preservatives in it, right? So once this is finished, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that's done. So it's just 1 minute. So you probably never thought it was this easy to make Nian Gao, right? So I'm just going to scrape the lid down. Get everything out. So it's a really thick mixture, like that. So what I'm going to do now is I have prepared my little silicone cups, and I've placed it on the varoma. So quick tip, use an ice cream scoop and just scoop the mixture out into your silicone molds, which makes it really easy and quick. And fill it till it's about 3/4 full, because when you steam it, it actually sort of expands upwards. So it forms a slight dome, but it will settle when it cools. So just to give it a little bit of space and that it doesn't overflow. Right, so I'm just quickly filling this up. So these are what the molds look like, right? So now I'm just going to give my bowl a quick rinse. I don't need to wash it. And I've just filled it up with water to the 1 liter mark. All right. So now we're actually going to put our filled Nian Gao molds on top, and this is just a tip. I've cut a piece of banana leaf out to the shape of my varoma, and that is what I'm going to cover my molds with. Because when you put your varoma lid on to steam, this is now going to steam for, so because my molds are smaller, I'm just going to steam it for 45 minutes. If you're using the actual Nian Gao molds, like the big ones, then you need to steam it for an hour. And for steaming, we always use varoma temperature, and it's going to go on speed 1. Okay, so the banana leaf will stop any condensation from the lid dripping onto your Nian Gao and wetting the mixture. All right, and also it adds a nice fragrance because we're not using a traditional mold which is normally lined with banana leaf. So since it's going to take an hour, we have prepared another one. I've made some earlier this morning, and this is what it looks like. So if you make them in these pretty molds, they're really nice to give away to friends. So enjoy. And I will now hand it over to the next person who is going to be presenting, which is Ezrin.
Okay, hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, all right. Okay, hi, my name is Ezrin. Okay, so today I'm making our Malaysian favorite, Kangkung Belacan. Okay, so today I'll be making this recipe the manual way. Okay, so we have 2 ways to use your Thermomix. Either you can use your cookie dough, which is guided cooking, or this way, which is manual. Okay, so what you need is all very simple ingredients. Okay, you need shallots, garlic, chili, dried shrimps, belacan is optional if you want, a bit of salt, and of course our main ingredient is kangkung. Okay, so very easy steps. We're just going to blend everything first. Okay, the garlic, the chili, dried shrimps. Okay, and also the belacan. Okay. So now we're going to set the time to 6 seconds. And then no temperature because we are just blending, and we go straight to speed 6. Okay, so when you hear the sound means it's ready, and it will unlock the bowl. Okay. So I'll just show you, this is speed 6 and for 6 seconds, okay? So now we have to scrape this down because we're gonna stir fry. Okay, so imagine if you do this traditionally, you have to use the penumbuk, right? The tumbuk. Okay, so it's gonna take time and it's gonna be stinky. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that when you do it with Thermomix. Okay, so Thermomix, we also have an inbuilt scale. So when you scroll to this side, you can choose the scale function. Okay, and now we need to weigh 30 grams of oil. Okay, so you can use veggie oil, you can use olive oil. Okay, so just 30 grams. All right. So if you see, our scale is accurate in 1 gram interval. Okay, so it's very accurate, especially if you're baking. 1 gram is very important, right? Okay, and now we're going to saute. Okay, so we go back to the main screen. We're going to saute for 4 minutes. Okay, temperature will be 120. And speed will be speed 1. Okay. Okay. So now, just now I use olive oil, okay, for my cooking. Before I got my Thermomix, I didn't know olive oil is actually toxic on the fire. Okay, so all my cooking, I always use olive oil, but because of Thermomix, I found out that olive oil has a low smoking point. So you shouldn't use it on the fire, okay? Because Malaysian cooking, when we use on the fire, usually we deep fry or we fry something for a long period, okay? So once it starts smoking, means it's already toxic for your body, okay? But with Thermomix, it's low temperature. We are cooking at 120 degrees. So it's very safe for you to use your olive oil or any other oil, okay? It's very, very safe, okay? And right, so here, I'm not using the reverse button because we already chopped the ingredients. Okay, so later when we add the kangkung, we must make sure we use the reverse button like Ping Ping said just now. If not, we're gonna cut up the kangkung. Okay, and okay, so what else? We can also do high temperature cooking when you use your Thermomix. Okay, so high temperature, it goes up to 160 or 170, but this 160 or 170, you have to use the cookie dough recipes, because if you use manual and you turn right until the end, after 120 is varoma. Okay, varoma is also 120, but it releases steam. So for you to steam something, or even if you want to reduce the liquid, you can use the varoma function. Okay, so with 160 browning, you can do browning, okay, like your saute mushrooms, your breakfast saute mushrooms is very nice if you use the 160, okay? And you can also do your candy, okay? You want to do your caramel or your candy, because I've done caramel on the fire. It's not easy to get it right because you need a constant temperature, okay? So once you set to 170, it will stay at 170. So you will always get the perfect caramel. Okay, so I've done my caramel sauce. I've had it with popcorn. So you have to try it when you get your Thermomix. Okay, and then what else? Okay, so other than high temperature, okay, we also have all these other temperatures, okay, that you can set. Okay, we have 37 if you want to do your baby food. Okay, so you can use this also as your baby food processor. So instead of buying the beba and all that, you can use your Thermomix because it has a bigger room for you to cook. Okay, so with beba, usually last time I will do like, you can only do a few portions to freeze. But here, imagine you have a 2.2 liter bowl that you can make a big portion of porridge and you can freeze and do your weekly planning, okay? And we also have 50 degrees if you want to melt chocolate. If not, you have to do double boiling. Okay, so it takes a lot of time. Okay, you can also dissolve gelatin at 60. Okay, and you can make your sauces at 70 degrees, like your mayonnaise, your hollandaise. Okay, and you can brew your tea and coffee at 80 degrees. Okay, because before this, we always turn on our kettle at 100 degrees and brew our tea and coffee, right? But it's actually too hot that you will kill off the flavor of your tea and coffee. Okay, and 90 degrees, your kaya. Okay, we love kaya, right? So why not you make it yourself? It takes about 40 minutes and it will just keep on turning for you for 40 minutes, okay? And 120 is sauteing, and we also have the browning and the caramelization, okay, like I said just now. Okay, we have about almost done. Okay. So it's hot. Whenever it's hot, make sure you turn it away, you open away from you. Okay. It smells really nice. You can see there. Okay. So now I'm gonna add the salt. Okay, just a bit of salt. And then our kangkung. Okay, so this is about 300 grams of kangkung. Just put everything in. Okay. Okay, now we're going to set for 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to use varoma function. Okay, and speed. Okay, make sure you turn on the reverse button, which is the small circle. Okay, and then speed is speed spoon. Okay, the slowest stirring speed. Okay, so just now you saw I saute all the ingredients, and I'm doing this in my dry kitchen. Okay, so I don't need my kitchen hood. Okay, and you see there's no oil splattering. Okay, and this smell, if you can smell it here, actually, you just smell it for a while and then it'll go away. It will not stick on your baju. So imagine if you want to cook something and you straight away have to go out for something, okay, for your date or whatever. So you won't be smelling like bawang or your belacan, okay? So it's okay if you want to cook in the living room, even it's fine. Thermomix can cook anywhere as long as you have the electric, okay, power point. Okay, and okay, so just now it's on reverse, okay, and this is considered as soft veggie, okay, kangkung or your spinach or your sawi leafy greens are considered as soft veggie. So you can cook for around 3 minutes, but if you are cooking like broccoli, carrots, all the hard veggies like cauliflower, you should cook for 4 minutes, okay? And once you start cooking yourself, then you can try the texture. Some people for broccoli, they like to go for 4.5 minutes, a bit softer, especially if you have kids or older people. So when you try, try the texture, and then you can even adjust all this yourself, because this is manual cooking. Okay, so especially if you have your own recipe, a lot of people ask me, but I have my own recipe, how do I use Thermomix? This is the way. So maybe you try other people's recipe first, you see how they do it, you see what's the step and what's the time, temperature, and speed, and then you can start adapting your own recipe inside, okay? Okay, and one more thing about 120 degrees cooking, okay, you get to preserve all the nutrients, okay? When we cook on the fire, sometimes it's a bit too hot, okay, it goes up to 200 degrees and it keeps on going up. So when it's going up, when it's too hot, all the nutrients in your veggies are almost gone, okay? In restaurants, how they get really nice color veggies is what they do is they blanch in hot water. And then when you do that, half the nutrients are gone, okay? And then they go and fry on the fire. So the other half of the nutrients are gone. So you are eating merely for taste, okay? And they use a lot of seasoning to get back that, that veggie taste. Okay, but with Thermomix, when you try cooking your veggie with Thermomix, you can taste the veggie is actually very sweet. Okay, this is the natural taste of the veggie. Okay, so you will get to preserve, especially you buy organic veggie or you buy the greenest and the freshest veggie, but you cook over the fire, you will burn a lot of the nutrients away. Okay, so you're almost done, almost 9 seconds to go. Okay. So. I think I'm gonna cook a bit more, okay, maybe another 1 minute, okay, just the top part. I use a lot of kangkung. Okay, so you can just adjust, okay, we cook another minute. Same varoma, and then we go, reverse and speed spoon. Okay, so if you want to add, let's say you want to add your soy sauce, or you want to add your oyster sauce, okay, you can do it, you can put it together when you add your veggies, okay? If you want to put any other, if you want to put more shallots or more garlic, you can adjust from the beginning straight away, okay? So we have about 30 seconds to go, okay? So kangkung is my favorite. I like to cook spinach as well, okay? So what I do is I blend the garlic, okay? And then I put spinach in and a bit of soy sauce and my homemade mushroom seasoning, okay? So you have to try to make the mushroom seasoning or the chicken stock paste or chicken stock powder, okay? So all this is in the basic cookbook recipe, which you will get when you get your Thermomix, okay? And it's also built in your Thermomix, okay? All the recipes are already saved in the machine. Okay, all right. Okay. So you can see the color, okay, is very vibrant. It's because all the nutrients are still preserved, okay. So if you don't like belacan, you don't have to add your belacan. If you like something spicier, you can even add chili padi, okay. For me, the red chili without seeds is good enough. Okay. So there you have it, your kangkung belacan. Okay, it smells really good and it's really, really delicious. You have to try it. Okay. So now I will pass on to Olivia. Okay, and happy trying.
Hello, good morning everyone. So today we're going to usher the new year with a very special recipe. So this recipe is called golden curry chicken, okay? So why is it called golden, okay? Because we're going to use the star ingredient, which is the pumpkin, okay? So we have pumpkin which is blended and pumpkin which is in cubes, okay? So this is the star ingredient, okay? So have you ever tried curry chicken with pumpkin? I'm sure you have not, okay? So today you might want to try this recipe, right? So I'll just share with you the ingredients. We need some oil here. So the oil I'm using is olive oil, okay? Very little, only 20 grams. So have you ever cooked curry chicken over the stove using only 20 grams of oil? It's slightly more than 1 tablespoon, okay? And I have here shallots, garlic, red chili. Okay, so I've deseeded the red chili. And I have here lemongrass, which is smashed. Okay, and then I have curry leaves, right? Some fresh curry leaves here. And I have here pumpkin, which is blended. Okay, and I have homemade chicken stock powder. Okay, so when you get your Thermomix, one of the first recipes you should make is homemade chicken stock powder because it is so convenient. Sometimes you want to make a very quick soup, or maybe you want to have noodles for lunch. So this can be made into a simple stock base. Okay, and also sometimes you would want to enhance the flavor of your dishes. Just add a bit of the homemade chicken stock powder. So we have the recipe in our Cookie-Doo platform. And then I have here one whole free-range chicken chopped. So I've marinated with curry powder. So you can also make your own curry powder with Thermomix, okay? And I have here some salt as well to season. And I have this cubed pumpkin. So I have some which is already blended and some which is cubed, okay? Right, into small pieces, and I have fresh milk. All right, so I'm going to start now. So first, when you're blending, okay, always put in oil first, okay, because later I'm going to saute. So have you cooked curry chicken, which everything all in one pot? So blending, you don't need the pestle and mortar. Everything is all in one pot, okay. So it's so convenient. I just love cooking curries with the Thermomix. Okay, so I'm going to add in all the chili. If you prefer to have a spicier taste, you can actually add in dried chili as well, okay? But I'm going to omit this. So I'm going to put in all the ingredients here. I'm going to blend it. Okay, blend it for 5 seconds at speed 10. Then I'm going to repeat again for another 5 seconds. thing I'm going to show you. To show you everything blended very fine. Okay. And next, I'm going to add in the lemongrass. Okay, add in the lemongrass. I'm going to saute for about 5 minutes. Okay, 120 degrees, speed 1. So for general cooking, we always use 120 degrees for general cooking or 100 degrees, right? So we're just going to put this aside. So while it's sauteing, okay, you can actually multitask, you can do other things, you do not have to be standing here. And as you can see, I'm actually cooking next to my dining table, right? And I don't even have a kitchen hood here. So traditional way of cooking when you're sauteing over the wok, you know, you're sweating. And have you ever cooked curry wearing a white color top? Okay? And as you can see, there's no oil splattering, there's no sauce splattering everywhere. And you can actually be cooking anywhere, not in the hot toilet kitchen. You can be cooking in the living room, and you can have the air condition turning on. So it's really fantastic to cook curries using the Thermomix, okay? And after that, I'm going to add in the pumpkin and the chicken stock powder after this 5 minutes, okay? So while it's cooking, I'm going to share with you about some of the cooking modes. So we have here a kettle mode. So there are a lot of new modes which we have, and the Smart at Heart Kitchen, you can connect it to the Wi-Fi, and from time to time when new modes are added into our Thermomix, you will actually receive a message which says here, would you like to update your software? So there's a software update, very regular software updates, just like your phone. So when you get that update, so make sure you tap on update and be patient to wait, because sometimes it might take a few minutes or even longer, okay? So when you see the software update, just leave it, and once it has updated, you will get new modes, okay? Sometimes it might be a new mode, sometimes it might be some improvement on certain modes, okay? So here I'd like to share with you is the kettle mode, all right? So the kettle mode is not just like your regular kettle at home, which only boils water to 100 degrees. So this kettle is very special, okay? So for example, if you like to brew your tea, so the perfect tea temperature is actually 75 degrees if you're brewing like a Chinese tea or your green tea or even English tea at home, herbal tea. So you just pour in water into the mixing bowl and set to 75 degrees, okay? So you can Google, because different kind of teas actually have different temperatures. And so you set at 75 degrees, and when the temperature reaches to 75 degrees, it will automatically cut off. So that temperature of water is 75 degrees, okay? You don't get any lesser or lower, all right? And then next for brewing your coffee, okay? So for those who are coffee lovers, you can actually make homemade coffee. So I've made latte, I have made the very popular Dalgona coffee, which you have to manually use a whisk to whisk 400 times, okay? So when you get your Thermomix, it only takes a few minutes to whip up your Dalgona coffee with the Thermomix. So we have the recipe, which is also in the cookie dough. So remember to make your Dalgona coffee, which you need to manually stir for 400 times. Okay, so I've made that as well. So the perfect temperature for coffee is 95 degrees. Okay, and for those of you who have young children, babies, okay, so 37 is for the perfect temperature for your baby food, because it's at almost room temperature, right? Okay, so next here we have slow cook mode. So what's the slow cook mode? Okay, so the slow cook mode, you can actually adjust from 37 to 98 degrees, and it works on the reverse mode so that your food will not be cut, okay, will not be chopped into small pieces. So you can braise meats, you can make your lamb shank, duck, okay, you can do a beef stew, or anything which requires long hours of braising, of cooking. So you can use the slow cook mode, and you can adjust for up to 8 hours. So traditional way, when you want to braise your meat, you use a pot, and you know, very often you will actually open the cover to see whether there's still liquid inside. You might worry that it might dry up and it might burn, you know. So you will keep, you know, if you need to braise your meat for like 4 or 5 hours, you will always open up and stir and have a look, you know. But with the Thermomix automatic function, the slow cook mode, you do not need to supervise at all, okay? So you just follow our recipes. We have a lot of recipes on Cookie-Doo on slow cook mode, or you can also do it manually if you wish, and just leave your German helper to help you to do the cooking. Okay, so now the saute is done. Okay, as you can see, what was I doing just now? I was not even stirring. I didn't have to even lift my finger to, you know, to actually mix or stir. Okay, I was just chit-chatting with you. Okay, so this is the beauty about Thermomix, all right? So next, after that, what I need to put in is the chicken. Okay, so the chicken is already marinated with curry powder, with salt. Okay, so you can marinate ahead of time, leave it in the fridge. Okay. I'm going to put in the blended pumpkin. And also the chicken stock powder. So this is the homemade Thermomix chicken stock powder. Okay. And next I'm going to add in, okay, I'm going to cook this for about 13 minutes, okay? So general cooking for chicken with bones is about 14 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to cook for 13 minutes because later on I'm going to add in fresh milk and also some cubed pumpkin. So I am not adding any coconut milk for this recipe. So this is a healthier curry chicken, but if you wish, you can also put in coconut milk if you wish, okay? 120 again, and then reverse because I am using the blunt side of the blade. I do not want to chop the chicken into tiny pieces, and it's on the slow stir mode. Slow stir is the spoon, so it's actually literally like using the spatula, your ladle, to actually stir. Okay, so I'm going to cook this for 13 minutes. All right. So just now I said you can do your braised lamb shanks, you can have beef stew, braised duck, and you can have slow cook red bean soup, which actually takes a long time to cook, okay? So you can do this with the slow cook mode. And have you ever made your own fresh yogurt at home, okay? So if you have not, all you need to do is go to the supermarket, get a small tub of Greek yogurt. So I like to use Greek yogurt because the texture is thicker. So I normally get one as a starter. So I will follow the recipe on Cookie-Doo. So the best time to make your own homemade yogurt is at night before you go to bed. Okay, so that right in the morning you get fresh homemade yogurt. So we have a lot of recipes. We have fruit yogurt, we have plain yogurt, we have a few other types as well. So you can go to Cookie-Doo and search for the recipe and follow the steps. Okay. So the fermentation mode is for up to 12 hours from 37 to 70 degrees. Okay, so I've seen some people making their own cheese as well. Okay, and you can also brew your own beer if you want. Okay, and you can also do a lot of things with the fermentation mode. Even quays, certain quays, the traditional quays, you need to have the fermentation process for some of the ingredients. So you can also do it manually with the Thermomix. Okay. So next is sous vide, right? So for some of you who do not know what sous vide is, so sous vide method is a French way of cooking. So this method is basically you actually place the meat. So it can be beef, it can be chicken, it can be fish. So you actually place the meat right inside here. This is actually a special bag. You can also use a Ziploc bag, which is BPA free, which you can get from the supermarket. So you place the meat inside here, and then you place it inside the Thermomix, which is the water bath method. So there's water inside, and you place this inside the mixing bowl. And we have a lot of recipes on sous vide as well on Cookie-Doo. So you just follow the steps of the cooking. So some meats it take about an hour or even longer. Okay, so what is this French way of cooking? So this way of cooking, the sous vide method, it actually helps to retain the moisture of the meat, and the meat turns out to be very tender. Okay, so after you've cooked the sous vide method, you would take out the meat and sear it over the pan. So this is a very common way of cooking in a lot of the restaurants. So when you go to the restaurant and they will ask you, oh ma'am or sir, would you like your meat to be medium or medium well, you know? So that is actually using the sous vide method, right? So normally they will actually prepare the meat beforehand, and they will actually, once you go and place your order, they will take the meat out and then they will sear it for you and send it to you. So that's why sometimes you might wonder, how come when I buy a piece of meat from the supermarket and I sear it over the pan, how come it's like hard, and very often it's like so stiff, you know, the meat is so stiff and hard. So because you do not have the sous vide machine, and the sous vide machine costs a few $1,000s, okay? So with the Thermomix at around 7,000 ringgit, you're actually saving a few thousand on getting the sous vide machine. And everything is in here. You do not need a separate machine, you know, to store, because you might not eat sous vide every day, right? So everything is all in here. So now you save a few $1,000s for your sous vide machine. Okay, so I hope you try the sous vide method of cooking. And we also have this very popular sous vide dish, which is called the 63-degree sous vide egg. Okay, so very common. If you go to a French restaurant, it will actually be one of the star dishes in the menu. Okay, so it's called the 63 sous vide egg. Okay, so you might be thinking, what's so special about 63 sous vide egg? Okay, so when you get your Thermomix, please try the sous vide egg. Okay, so you can do the 63-degree egg, sous vide salmon, beef steak, fish, any kind of meat, okay, you can try, right? Okay. So what are the benefits of cooking with Thermomix? Okay, I'm sure you agree with me that it's healthy, it's quick and easy, and everyone can cook. Okay, so I have a lot of customers who have never cooked before, but when they got the Thermomix, they feel that, wow, you know, I'm a super chef, right? And I'm from zero to hero. Okay, very often I hear that from the customers, right? And with all the tried and tested recipes on Cookie-Doo, all you need to do is just search for the recipe and follow the steps step by step, and you will be a super chef in no time. Okay, and it's auto cooking, right? So cooking curry. Have you ever experienced cooking curry without stirring and without sweating, and you're with makeup and you're wearing a white color t-shirt, okay? And the tabletop is clean, no all splattering and no sauce, okay? So I really love that it cooks for me. And after cooking, very often what we really dislike most is the washing, okay? So now with the Tm6, we have pre-clean mode, okay? So we have various cleaning modes. We have for dough, if you are making bread dough, pizza dough, noodles, okay, and cake batters. You can use the dough cleaning mode, and it cleans really well. It's super clean. And for now, for example, I'm cooking curry. Okay, so after cooking curry, you know there's a lot of curry stains at the side and all. So I would use a different mode to clean all the oil and things like that. Okay, and using the pre-clean mode, it will actually detect how dirty inside the bowl is, and if it's very oily, the Thermomix will actually heat up the water at certain temperature so that it will clean thoroughly all the grime and all the dirt for you. Okay? So if you've not tried the pre-clean mode yet, make sure when you get your Thermomix, when you start cooking, use the pre-clean mode because it is really clean. All right. So cooking is solved for you. Okay, cleaning already solved, right? And you save space, okay, because there are over 20 over functions with the Thermomix and more coming up very soon, okay. So we have a lot of functions now. We have 20 over functions and there'll be more because of the software update. So right now, like we have the sous vide, we have all those modes, and probably the next few weeks you will see something different, or next 1 or 2 months. Once the recipe development department have developed any new modes, they will add on to it, okay. So really, if today I would need to place 20 kitchen appliances at my counter, it would need a lot of storage, okay? But my Thermomix, I use it for my breakfast, for my lunch, for my dinner, and also tea time. I use it to bake like cakes. I can make simple scones or butter cake, marble cake, any kind of cake. Even if I want to have kueh, I can also make kueh at home. Okay, so there are recipes for all of that. And I do not need to actually put my Thermomix in the cupboard because I use it all the time. It's versatile. I can even make ice cream with it, and it's only 1 minute to make ice cream. Can you even believe it? Okay, so I think it's amazing. Everyone should at least get one Thermomix, and if you can, come and join the partner program and get 2, so you can cook 2 at the same time, especially with the kids at home now. So it's just so convenient, right? And goodbye to cooking fumes. Yes, over the years, I'm sure you probably didn't realize that we're actually inhaling a lot of gas fumes, right? So normally when you cook in the kitchen hood, you see a lot of oil, a lot of cleaning and all the grease and all the oil. You're wondering like, oh my goodness, after cooking, I have to still do so much cleaning. But you did not realize that you yourself, you are actually inhaling a lot of gas fumes over the years. Okay? And it is actually bad for our lungs. So start cooking with Thermomix, okay? And you do not need to be doing anything, okay? Just let it put all the ingredients in and let it cook for you. All right, so another few minutes more, okay? All right, so now I'm going to pass on to Ping Ping to share with us, okay? Another 4 minutes more, okay? So I'll be back very soon.
Wonderful, right? You can really enjoy so much when you start to use the Thermomix at home. And like Oliver was sharing all the wonderful benefits. So do get your hands on your Thermomix soon. And the most important news is, how do you have a Thermomix to start with? How do you start owning one? So as I was sharing, we have actually the 2 options. The first being a full payment. Of course, there is also currently the attractive 200 ringgit voucher that all of you should enjoy. And then you can get your Thermomix straight away at 6988, all right? And also there's the financing up to 24 months, working up to only 291 a month. 291 per month, 9 ringgit a day. And you can actually enjoy 3 meals, 5 meals, including supper, all year round, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for 9 ringgit a day, healthy meals, 365 days a year. I mean, it's really, really important, and it can make it possible with the Thermomix. And also currently, because of the Chinese New Year that is coming just around the corner, we are actually including as well wonderful gifts for you, what we call purchase and hosting gift. So whether you go for full payment or financing, you can actually enjoy a 1-year cookie dough voucher, which is worth about 150 ringgit. And at the same time, you will also be getting this 1 liter thermo server. So whatever you cook for 1 liter in the Thermomix can fit here. This server would help you to keep your food warm or cold. So it's great for yogurt, for example, and also taufu fa, or salads or rice. If you cook 1 liter of rice, it can actually fit in here. And it is high quality stainless steel insulated bowl, all right? So to help you to keep your food either cold or hot, all right? And you could see here, it is a seamless piece of stainless steel. There is no joints. So it's very high quality. So do get your hands on it. Total worth of gift of 393 ringgit. So, get your hands on the Thermomix now. It comes in this wonderful packaging. And at the same time, if you're going for full payment, you get a choice of an additional cookbook. Okay? So when you get a Thermomix, you will have basic cookbook that comes together in the box. And the basic cookbook, you can also opt for whether you prefer it in English version or Chinese version. This is just a physical book. In the Thermomix itself, you can always load both versions in the Thermomix because your Thermomix Tm6 is Wi-Fi incorporated, so you can actually download a lot of series of collections and books as well. Okay, so do let us know when you decide to get your Thermomix. Let us know whether you prefer the English or the Chinese version. All right, and when you receive the Thermomix and you are thinking about making your first cake or your first bread and you are wondering how to go about it, never worry, we will be there to do unboxing with you. At the moment, because of MCO, we can always go for a video call, right? And if the location permits, if it's nearby, we can also be in the comfort of your home to get you started, all right? So this is our free unboxing service, a personalized service together with you to walk through your starting of your cooking journey, okay? And moving forward, something that I'm very passionate about, it is the career. There's actually a career that all of you can explore in the Thermomix. And this, I stumbled upon it by accident, seriously. And for all of you as well, it is, you know, you can actually get onto this. I wasn't in cooking at all. I found the Thermomix because I wanted to cook, like most of you here, right? Saw a demo, fell in love with it, started to cook with the Thermomix, and then I realized, hey, it's a wonderful product, a wonderful appliance, which every home should have. And because of Thermomix now, I could cook well, and why not? I share this joy with friends and families around me. And I started to embark on the program, and I've been here for 10 years and growing together with the company. So you could actually embark on this program anytime. And the best part is, it is, you know, the time and all is really flexible. You can work at your own pace, at your own time, whether you want to do 1 demo a week, 2 demos a week, or 3 demos a week, it is up to you. And at the same time, enjoy cooking with a family who loves cooking. We Thermomix advisors loves to explore recipes. So at the same time, you'll be also on that adventure and also working towards a career together. So isn't that wonderful? If you're keen in this, please contact your advisor and, you know, find out and explore this wonderful Thermomix career, right? So would you recommend the Thermomix to your friends? After seeing what we've shown today, and you know, would you share this wonderful piece of news? There are many out there finding ways to cook at home, struggling in the kitchen, and it could be because of you. They can cook great meals, healthy meals for their family, right? Do share with your friends and families out there. All right, we have cooking shows every week. All right, before we move on, I would like to also show you what happened in the bowl just now. As I was making the lemongrass drink, after it is cooked, I strain it out into a vase, into a jar. So this is a jar which I've strained out the drink. So it's wonderfully brewed. And here inside, you can see the remnants. Okay, all right. So this is how it looks like. All right, to serve it, what I have prepared is a glass with some ice cubes here. And then I think a lot of us are quite curious, how did the purple color come about? I'm just gonna pour this in. So you get a nice blue. Isn't that lovely? So if you like to have some purple tinge, what you can do is you can squeeze some lemon, all right? And you could see the color starts to change. And it's just like magic, isn't it? Okay. So here you go. This is a wonderful glass of lemongrass and blue pea flower. Okay. All right. And as we move on, I would also like to share our coming activities. Okay. Let me share the screen here. All right. Can you see the screen? Sunita, Esri, Olivia. So this is our up and coming next cooking session, cooking demo for you. This coming one will be a Chinese New Year theme. So we would have Nian Gao, we would have lo han cai. Lo han cai is the traditional vegetarian dish that we usually cook on the first day of Chinese New Year. Because usually for a lot of homes, the first day would be on vegetarian. So this is the authentic vegetarian dish. And then we also have the fragrant garlic prawns and also the peanut cookie, right? Our lovely peanut cookie that you can make it easily. So get your hands on Thermomix, learn all this recipe, and then you can go on your wonderful Chinese New Year cooking together with your family and gatherings, have wonderful gatherings together. Okay, the next session is on Wednesday. Following that, on the next Saturday, we do have another one. Okay, so this is based on the latest cookbook that we have just launched. If you could see this cookbook. Okay, so this is the One Pot Wonders. Some of you have already purchased it and were curious on what recipes are there. If you'd like to see some highlights of the recipe from the cookbook, we'll be showcasing the full recipes, choosing 4 from the cookbook itself. And it's the white tom yum seafood noodles, Assam lady's finger, and then the Taiwanese peanut crushed ice, something new that is going out there. And how do you do that, right? Ice and peanut, how do you incorporate them together? And it tastes really, really nice. There's also the Korean spicy chicken stew that we're going to explore together next Saturday. Okay, so remember to put that in your calendar, book the time, and be here with us. Before we end, I would like to go around to Olivia and Astrid and Sunita to show the recipes that we've made for you today. In a short 1 hour, we have covered all the nutritious and healthy and yummy recipes, okay? All right, so we will go back to the screen. I will stop sharing here. Okay, and we move on to Olivia. Olivia, you want to showcase your final cooking results? Okay. Yes, you're on.
Ping, maybe you can go to Sunita and Ezrin first.
Okay. Let's move on to Sunita first. All right, a close-up view of the Nian Gao. Pretty, right? So pretty. Yeah, and you can do this easily at home, and it is from your home ingredients, really clean and hygienic, right? And you could eat it without having the fear of people adding preservatives and all inside the Nian Gao. Okay, so it's fresh from your cooking. Okay, and then we move to Astrid.
Show you the veggie. Okay. Our favorite Kangkung Belacan. Make sure you try it.
Yeah. And I love the fact that after cooking, look at her kitchen. It is so clean.
Yes.
There's no oil splattering, right? And imagine cooking the dried shrimp and then belacan together in the kitchen. Wow, and she managed to do it so easily, still maintaining a clean white kitchen. Yeah? And then we move on to Olivia. Right, look at the amount that is being created.
Sorry, doing the final touches. So, okay, here is my pumpkin golden curry chicken. Okay, it looks so good. Okay, so all I need to do is stir fry a quick vegetable and cook some coconut rice, and I can enjoy my golden curry, okay? So stay safe, stay healthy, and take care, everyone. And hope when you get your Thermomix, try out all the recipes we've shared today.
Yeah. Okay. Good to have all of you here today, and we wish to see all of you again in our next coming round, right? Because with you, our cooking demo can be complete, all right? So take care. Bye-bye. See you next week.